go ahead and let's choose a new map real quick.
I need to remember to monster.
So what roles is everybody?
So we have Dead is on Monster, Monix is on Assault, Illusion is on Medic, Hadro on Support, and Silver on Trapper.
Okay.
It's a good good with our supports.
Yep. So those turning into the channel, if you haven't been with me before, I do coaching, community coaching with Cal sessions. I used to do it twice a week.
If there's any feedback coming from my mic, I don't know what's going on with it right now.
Sounds good to me.
That's fine to me.
So that being the case,
okay, good.
I used to do it twice a week nightly for a few hours. I would basically get people. I have a Steam group. Then I just invite people to the chat. We get some people rotating through, and basically it's designed to try and improve everybody's skill level. Eventually, I'd like to go to phase 2 once we get a lot of people that are participating and actually have set schedules. However, recent changes have happened, and so I will actually only be doing it 1 day a week, but I will be doing it for the vast majority. So I'm going to have a morning AM session on Saturdays, as well as a PM session. And the reason why I want an AM session is because that gives our friends over in the European and Oceanic areas a chance, because I do know that there's a lot of European and Oceanic players out there, and they have specifically requested to try and have a different time. And so I'm going to try and accommodate that. Starting next Saturday, I'm going to be doing my new coaching with Cal at the 2 different time intervals to see if I have enough players to go ahead and do that. So if you are new to the channel and you would like to sign up, this is for the PC right now. I will be rolling out to the PlayStation 4 fairly shortly with the coaching, but right now it is only PC, and it will eventually have the PlayStation 4. I would hope to have that in within the next few weeks, actually. That being the case, I do have a donate button. It's called Tip the Cow. If I do get enough proceeds, right now I'm still recouping. I did a 24-hour marathon not too long ago, and I shipped out a lot of prizes, and I've almost recouped the cost from the shipping. I do want to say that Germany, your country sucks when it comes to shipping. It is extremely expensive to ship anything there. That being the case, I said that already. So I will be saving up my pennies and pesos. I did get a very large donation from someone. I haven't updated my channel for it because I didn't know what their name was, and I don't want to necessarily put people's first names without their permission. But I did get a rather large donation not too long ago, and so most of that proceed covered up the last little bits of expenses. And so my next mark on my goal is to get an Xbox One so that I can go ahead and start doing coaching with Cal on the Xbox, because I have a lot of clamor for that as well. So we get to see the Kyra Cabot Markov. Let's see if they do the traditional CCMM. No, it's the CCC. Nope. Looks like they might swap it out. Nope. Looks like they were just changing up their perks against a Cosmic Goliath versus Kyra, Cabot, and Crow. Markov, you're out of uniform because your name does not start with a C. So we are going to be playing on Aviary, which got a relatively nice change in that the area around the relay is no longer deep water and it's shallow, making the relay a bit more enjoyable for the hunters because, well, the deep water just frankly sucked because the monster could just like eat you alive and there was not much you could do for it. I really do want to start recording all those dialogues. Maybe I'll get to that one day. So, going for the sneak, I would have liked to have seen him just leap towards this area, since you're not going to be leaving footprints in the water anyway. So it looks like he is going, this is one of my favorite routes actually, is sneaking through the water where you can get a lot of good distance, and then going outside. Right here there's usually 2 or 3 reavers. Ooh, in this case he lucked out 4 reaver, skips the reavers, wow, and decides to go outside instead. Interesting. I'm not sure why. I guess he's just going for 3 meats only. He is eating underneath cover, so that was very good of him. Whenever you're sneaking, always try and be aware of what's above you to try and prevent those carrion birds. So the hunter's not quite sure where they are going. Gobi not finding anything. So monster already 6 out of 15 food. And it looks like they were pinging something. That might have been a footprints. So now he's going after the smaller food inside the caves. I do feel that if he ate the 4 reavers, this would have been a little bit different because then he only had to roll the dice twice for... Oh, might be able to... Oh, it looks like they are finding the evidence of him. And there we go. And the Reaver is nowhere to be found. So Dead almost ready to evolve here. If he does evolve, this little area up here, he will be able to get far enough away from the hunters. If he does not get carrion birds, this might be a carrion bird here. And there's the carrion birds. We might be able to see him if he bolts all the way over here. He might actually be able to get 1 or 2 more meats on the way and evolve in that back corner area if he goes fast enough. So I do like an interesting split. The Trapper and some... yeah, the Trapper and Medic are together instead of the Assault and Support. Very interesting. Usually the Medic pairs up with this. So if I saw the Assault and the Assault and Support next to each other, but not the Medic, I would actually engage because there's very little to keep me off aside from damage. And if I see the Trapper, then I have enough time to get away. So interesting splits. Hey Colonel, welcome to the channel. And it looks like Goliath, trying to get maybe out here to evolve, is going to start trying to climb up. Some nice little food if he needed it. Got a pack of Striders here. And again, I'm not sure what this was. So basically he went like this, and popped back out. So kind of unusual traversal. I'm a big fan of, like, if the hunters have a general direction of where you're going, either go in a straight line or go in a straight line and then sneak. Very rarely does going back and forth zigzagging work out. Most of the time they will spot you. So it looks like he will go for the evolve. The area back here, if they do decide to dust at the front of this rock, I believe it is far enough away that Cabot's dust will miss, and it looks like that the hunters are going to not be in range to get anything off of this evolve. So very good evolve. No worries from the hunters. Monster for traditional build, 2 fire, 1 charge, and 3 rock at stage 2. 3 rock at stage 2 seems to be pretty much the bread and butter of just about any budding Goliath these days. Ooh, a bunch of Steamodons. Looks like that the Steamodon might be able to actually help. Nope, looks like Cabot sees him and starts shooting and chipping away his armor. So a monster at half armor, the Trapper and Medic staying outside, and again, this support Medic combo, or support Assault combo, very interesting. Not sure if I totally agree with it or not, but we'll see. So monster escaping out of here. The Trapper coming up might actually be able to get a dome here. And there goes the dome. The monster all by himself, the Trapper, but it looks like the Trapper is evading well enough. Oh, misses the rock throw, so very good job. However, the rest of his team is very, very far behind. Silver doing a fantastic job of roaching here, and it looks like the monster is going to get a strike and get out of the dome because of that weird split. I'm not sure why the Medic decided to go back here. Oh, and he might actually get a kill here. At this point, I would probably just leave. And it looks like, okay, and there goes the kill. So now he does not have to worry about a dome. Halfway through the evolve, very, very strong position for Dead on Goliath. Not sure if the Medic should have come back or not. I disagree with that split, though. So Goliath looking to go ahead. So right now he doesn't have to worry about domes. So as long as he's got a good chunk of armor, he can kind of engage and poke at the hunters whenever he wants. But it looks like that and again, like, so this is kind of a weird. So he goes up here, goes all the way around. I guess he's looking for food, but if you're right here and smell and don't see any food, then you can just keep going. You don't have to go all the way around. And then the monster, ooh, hits Cabot in the face. There goes the fire breath, and Cabot, ooh, Cabot about to get killed, might get a strike here. The Medic a little far away is not going to be able to get there in time. But does, okay, so the Medic was able to get there in time. Good job for the Medic, but now the Medic is under fire. Again, the monster having very little pressure here. Ooh, and that rock throw going to hit the mine instead of illusional. So right now you can melee through this little area, so don't ever be afraid to keep meleeing. And Kyra trying to do everything she can to stay alive, and a rock throw should be picked up right now. Might miss. Looks like it hits the Assault in the face. doing a very good job, spreading out the damage everywhere, forcing Kyra to focus on somebody, and when that person is no longer being focused healed, switching the target and going after somebody else. So unfortunate rock throw miss, and it looks like the dropship will be coming in about 30 seconds, which is going to give him plenty of time to go ahead and wreak havoc as much as possible. And those stupid trap jaws in the way, slowing down the monster. Fantastic job by the hunters. Look at that. No strikes except for the crow from earlier, from just from being out of position. But all that and did a little bit of permanent damage. So fantastic job by the three hunters. Very good dodging skills with illusional. Oh, and look at that. Free mine damage. Putting mines in here, always a fantastic idea against the Goliath, because he has to blow an ability or just walk through it and take a lot of damage. Going to get a little bit more food, so it looks like he just needs a third more of his evolved meter. Probably about 6, maybe 7 more meats. And there's a Steamodon for 2. Oh, 2 Steamodons for 4. And it looks like two more meat, and he should be there. So here's some poop for him to eat. Oh, it looks like a Glaciopod, or not a Glaciopod, a Steamodon instead. Oh, and he did need 7 after all. Okay, so there we go. There's the 7th meat. He is ready to evolve. They do have their trapper back, but again, this weird, awkward split. I'm not sure I agree with an assault support, and the assault and support are going to be close enough to do damage here if they can get to him in time, but definitely too far away for the dome. So good job on this final evolution here, and here comes the support and assault, but the medic so far away that right now he can turn his attention right here and do a tremendous amount of damage, knowing that the medic is nowhere nearby, and this support might actually be... Ooh, that unfortunate rock throw clip there. Just be very careful where your rock is. It always throws to your up and to your right. So be very, very careful that an overhang is not hanging over your right shoulder. And here come the pings. So the monster not going through there. Looks like he's going to go after Monix. Monix assault going down. And this is exactly why you need to be careful about your splits. The assault all by himself. This means that the support should have a clear... And the Armadon decides to throw it down with the hunters and kills the assault on the ground. And there goes support. It looks like support got stuck. I don't know if that was a disconnect, but unfortunate for them. And it looks like that the hunters... I think they did throw down a dome, but they took it down. So right now, they're going to go ahead and cheese it. The monster's going to have free reign to get armor. We'll have a complete minute of harassing them at the relay, and you don't have to worry too much about damage from these two. Crow might be able to do a little bit of permanent health damage by charging his sniper rifle, but right now, these two have a very hard job of trying to keep everyone, or keep themselves alive, while the monster goes and wreaks havoc on the relay. And there we go. Let's see this setting up. Looks like that they are sticking close together. So one thing to be careful of is that Goliath has a lot of AoE. Most monsters have AoE, but Goliath especially. So just be careful not to group up so that it makes it easy. And Gobi spots the monster, and there is a tyrant in this water. So be very, very careful not to get knocked into it. Silverblade getting knocked down. Unfortunate rock throw miss. Silver doing a great job of starting to roach again, and Kyra is going to get hit in the process here. Be very, very careful. There's that group up that you need to watch out for. So rock throw towards Kyra to get her away, and Kyra needs to focus on survival. Gets pounced, and unfortunately Silver not on an appropriate weapon to knock the monster off. Kyra getting really wounded, starts to run away, and there goes a rock throw. Very, very careful about rock throw. Whenever you have a rock throw, very rarely do you want to climb up a vertical surface, because it makes it very easy for a Goliath to hit you with it. So just be careful. So 20 seconds. Silverblade has to survive for 20 seconds now, and the rest of his team will join. So again, see all that damage? Probably a fifth of a health bar. Ooh, and there goes the pounce. Can he live for 5 seconds? And it does not look like it. Very good game. GG. Or what is it? Monster dinner? Winner, monster dinner?
I did slow him down. But
GG.
that was... Well, I mean, like when he turned around at me, I did use the slow gun, but I jetpacked and it didn't. Then again, Pounce has always had like a ginormous range, which is ridiculous.
He went nom nom nom.
No, he was just playing patty cake.
Really good roaching skills by the Trapper, by the way, both times. I do feel that that first dome where you got your strike, you were just a little too far. I'm not too sure. You were running with the medic at one point, and I'm not too sure. Did the medic go with the assault because they thought they were engaging outside? But it looked like that you were kind of just by yourself for a while.
Yeah, there was miscommunication there.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, I rushed in to see if they were in trouble.
Fair enough. So good job on the monster capitalizing that. An abnormal split just because it was medic with the Trapper instead of the assault like normal. So I would have liked to see a little bit more of it, but unfortunately the one Trapper was by himself for a little while. That being the case, you did survive a good little while just by yourself, both at the very end and right there as well. The stupid Armadon decided to weigh in with the hunters and killed the assault on the ground. So it is not a good, pleasant day to be a hunter on Shear today.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I caused that.
But no, good job on the monster. For the most part, you were doing pretty good. There were a couple of times when you took weird pathing, like you would go up and around, and then you would just come back the way you came. And I felt like you could have shortened that distance. And I'm not sure if that was just because you were trying to find food, or if it was just map knowledge. But it seemed like I don't know why I'm moving my hands like you can see it. And so that was a little weird, but otherwise your combat was really, really good. You did good. Great start. I love going in that direction to start off with. Out of curiosity, how come you didn't kill the 4 Reavers at the beginning?
Mostly because I didn't want to trigger burst too early.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I like going in that direction to begin with. It's really good in my opinion. Really good. So the medic and the Trapper trying to hold off as long as you could. You did really good for what you had. But it was just really, really hard against a stage 3 Goliath with just the 2 of you because there's no pressure from damage. That being the case, though, you guys did a lot of really well. Like the medic was great at avoiding the monster when you no longer had the Trapper and it was just the 3 of you. The 3 of you were doing very, very good. And you actually chipped through his armor and started doing permanent damage to him, and then he was forced to retreat, so very good job there.
And then I went over mine by accident with no armor.
In the tunnels? Yeah. Yep. I hate those, because you hear that big old thunk sound from the mine taking damage, and you're like, ah, crap.
Yeah.
Trying to put those behind corners and stuff, so if you went through there you would take it, but...
Yep, they were a good place.
One thing I did want to ask was, the stage 3 evolve, do you think I should have waited a bit longer with it, or was that fine taking it then?
I think it was perfect. There was only the you mean outside?
The stage 3 evolve.
I think that was...
the one in the back wall.
Yeah, I think that was good. Normally, if you don't see the hunters behind you as you're going through the tunnels, pretty much always safe to evolve, because even if they do catch up to you, they're going to be straggling, or they're just going to barely get to you by the time you're done evolving, and then you can usually get away. So that was a good stage 3 evolution.